Well, hello there. We've covered Destiny before, and due to recent developments, it looks like we're going to talk about the whole situation he's in all over again. Last we talked about Destiny, he was being threatened with a lawsuit. Now that lawsuit's actually here. The day I'm writing this, the lawsuit was posted publicly on a Twitter. It's about 13 pages long and contains a lot of info. Some bits of it are censored, but it's essentially all the stuff we covered before. Basically, Destiny and Pixie had sex and filmed it, then Destiny sent it to a rando 19-year-old girl he was trying to smash. Then the video was uploaded to Kiwi Farms and viewed over 10,000 times. The lawsuit also points out direct messages Destiny said that imply he sent nudes without consent. A lot of this legal doc is stuff we've covered before, but the fact that Gooner is officially written in a legal document that's going to court is insane. They even gave an Urban Dictionary definition for it. Now, DGG is estimating Pixie is trying to get around $1 million in damages totally. It is coming from DGG though, so take it with a grain of salt. Now, Destiny did try to respond on stream, and his response was not very good. He went on to say that Pixie sent him nudes of her ex, and that she never had consent to do so from the guy.
Following the initial leaks, Pixie would send messages to people to tell them that she had never sent videos of other people to me before, and she portrayed herself in her Substack as though I was the first person to ever suggest this to her, and I was the first person she ever recorded material with. I know that she's messaged people with stuff like this. This statement and implication, however, are both false. She'd sent me videos of her and other guys multiple times prior to us ever meeting and requested material from me as well. It was also her who suggested multiple times that we record stuff when we met later in 2020. And took some videos of the guy I can send you later if you're interested also. Okay, I'll send you when I get them. This is just basically her talking about sending me videos of her with other people on Instagram where she DMs this to me. Basically, I don't want to read these. They're cringe as fuck. I'm with a guy friend right now. I can probably get a photo or video of him, blah, blah, blah.
Pixie has since come out, though, to say that she did have consent and provide some DMs for context. She says that she was sexually struggling, so her ex suggested experimenting with others. Now, someone did make a good point in the comments when they pointed out that Pixie previously said she never sent anything of anyone else to Destiny, but now it's obvious she did. Pixie's response was that the courts will exonerate her, and she had consent. Now, let's entertain Destiny here. Even if Pixie also shared stuff of other people without their consent, it still wouldn't excuse Destiny doing it. I mean, if it's true at most, it helps him win his lawsuit, and it means Pixie should also be barred from politics. But that's really about it. If Pixie actually did do this, which Destiny would still have to prove, it wouldn't mean he's automatically a good person now. Destiny also claims that Pixie was suicide baiting and trying to extort him of money or making him look malicious. This is just my personal opinion, but Destiny shared porn of her online without her permission. I think this absolutely could make Pixie suicidal. It's an incredibly very reasonable response to someone getting their nudes leaked online. Also, if she wanted money from you or said you were evil for this, I think she's entirely in the right. She should get some type of financial compensation for violating her trust. And maybe you disagree that the way she describes it is way worse than what actually happened, but the truth of the matter is what you did should end your career. It was absolutely a vile thing to do. Now, with all that, I do want to dig into a little bit of something that happened a while ago. For some reason, Destiny thought it was a good idea to feud with Nicholas Diorio on Twitter. He tried pointing out that people called Me Too cringe, but they were siding with Pixie automatically. Yeah, no shit, buddy. It's because you kind of admitted to it. Destiny tried to shift all the blame to Kiwi Farms, saying that's where the content is being hosted, so why aren't we targeting them? The reason Kiwi Farms has said content is because of you, man. If you didn't send her nudes out to random 19-year-olds on Discord, then this wouldn't have ended up on Kiwi Farms. Hell, Kiwi Farms themselves even responded to Destiny saying the same thing, even posting that them hosting the content isn't a crime since Destiny was the one to leak it. Destiny around this time also said he couldn't respond because he's facing a lawsuit. This was after he spurred out on Reddit and DGG, and before he went on stream to accuse Pixie of a crime. Him saying he couldn't make any definitive statements was just to dodge the question. But yeah, Destiny tried super hard to go after Nick and ended up just making a complete ass of himself. It's honestly hilarious. After the court documents initially leaked, Destiny addressed them on stream, giving some reasons as to why he couldn't address the allegations.
One, I don't want to publicize my own leaks, but also, out of respect for other people involved, I don't want to publicize their leaks, so I don't talk about any of it. The second part was her saying that she was literally suicidal, and that if her parents ever found out, she would kill herself, so obviously, I don't want to talk about it then as well.
Which is weird considering he later went on to say that she was just suicidal. baiting.
Incredulous and ludicrous that she would imply that I was somehow attempting to intimidate her based on comments I'd been making about Hassan. I have never at any point in this process told her that she had no right to take legal action against me, nor denied her any right to pursue whatever justice she felt was reasonable. On the contrary, she has been the one threatening me with going public and with side the entire time if I wasn't willing to pay her a massive sum of money.
His last reason was because it would fuck her up when it comes to the pretrial.
And then the third part was for pre-trial stuff after she'd made her statement. Well, now if I start explaining my side of things, now she's in an even more completely fucked position trying to make any sort of pre-trial joint statement with me to settle anything.
The craziest part, though, of this entire clip is the fact that Destiny, despite leaking Pixie's nudes, said that he was the biggest victim in the case because he has been negatively impacted the most.
And I don't give a fuck what anybody says in this. I am a victim in this. Unarguably, the largest victim. I was the target of this, and I've been the one the most horribly impacted. So, one, I don't want to publicize my own leaks.
He leaked someone else's nudes and has the balls to call himself the largest victim. It's absolutely insane. The lack of accountability in this guy is honestly mind-blowing. He also goes on to say that Pixie's lawyer initially requested $15 million in damages.
And then at least $15 million in compensation. Fuck that. This is a racket. This whole thing has been a racket. So now that it's filed, I guess we'll see what happens pre-trial. We'll see what happens if it goes to trial. In terms of being allowed to share stuff or any of those claims, hopefully I can talk about that tomorrow, but those are going to get that's going to be ugly. but I'm waiting to see what my advice of counsel is in terms of saying anything about that. So
now that hasn't been confirmed and there's no proof of that claim, but I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that no respectable lawyer thought they could possibly get $15 million from this. By the way, I know some people might have a problem with me very confidently saying Destiny leaked porn of Pixie, and that's because I am very confident Destiny leaked porn of Pixie. We covered it a lot last video, but if that wasn't enough, there are other messages I missed where he further admits he shared porn of her. One of the big messages contains Destiny saying, "I don't really care much about the legal side of it or whatever. Obviously, I've severely damaged her. Covering therapy or whatever is a minimum. And I have no problem helping her out or sending her money for anything as a form of repatriation. I just didn't want it to come off as like, hey bitch, lol, I know I violated your trust in the worst way ever, but here's some money, have fun." Yeah, I'm pretty confident in saying this guy leaked it. I mean, it's blatantly fucking obvious.
Destiny's also now making himself look worse by falsely accusing Chud Logic of being a rapist and vaguely threatening Queeman of all people.
Essentially, Destiny is in deep shit, and the more he opens his mouth, the worse it gets for him. I don't think someone like this should have a platform, and depending on how this lawsuit goes, he might not have one. I also think anyone still associating with this guy might be a little morally bankrupt. I mean, this is not the type of person you want to give a platform to. This guy's outwardly evil. Anyway, that's where we're going to wrap the video. I don't know, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and subscribe. It'd be pretty cool. Anyway, later.